guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a tutorial and I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes. So first I'm just going to start off with some skincare. I put on my serums and lip balm and all of that moisturizer and good stuff. And then I'm going to prep my skin by spraying this Urban Decay Rebound Spray. It's collagen infused and it's a priming spray. It also firms, smooths, and it makes your skin very radiant. So I like putting this on before my foundation. I'm also going to prime my skin with this Becca Instant Complexion Refresh primer. It has like 5 benefits. I'll list those in the bottom bar, but it kind of is like an all-in-one primer, so I really have been liking this. It also has a tint of lavender, so it smells really good and it brightens the skin. Then for foundation, I am mixing a little concoction. It's the Fenty Beauty foundation. It's a little sample that I have. The Rainforest of the Sea foundation by Tarte, and then also the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. And I'm spraying my brush with that rebound spray again because it has all those good, smoothing benefits for your skin. And I think that it really works well with my foundation. So I'm just buffing this foundation concoction into my skin, and this coverage is really good. It's luminous and dewy because of the Armani Luminous Silk, and then it's also got the coverage in there from the Fenty Beauty foundation. Then, as always, I'm just concealing as I do every day a million times in every single tutorial with my Tarte Shape Tape. And then I'm also going to take my MAC Prep and Prime pen and highlight certain areas, mainly around my eyes, just because this concealer kind of matches my foundation pretty well. And I also sprayed my Beauty Blender again with that rebound spray. I really just think it makes a difference in smoothing out the foundation, and since it has the collagen in it, you can never get enough collagen, so I'm just like pressing all of that into my skin. So I'm just blending that out with a Morphe sponge, and I know I said this before, but these Morphe sponges are better than the Beauty Blender, and it's like $7 versus $20. So if you can get this sponge, get it. And then I'm basically just setting my T-zone area and mainly like my nose and forehead because that's what breaks up on me first. And I'm leaving this on while I do my eyes because I just feel like that's how it lasts the longest on me. And then you know that your face is set when you look like you have crack all over your face. So this is how I'm going to look for kind of the remainder of the video, so I apologize. But these are the palettes that I'm using. I know it's excessive, but I love these Obsessions palettes, and I wanted to use a mixture of them all. I'm taking this medium brown shade from the Warm Brown Obsessions palette, and I'm going to buff this into my crease with a fluffy brush. And I just kind of got this all over the crease. You can focus that on the outer corner if you want more of an almond-shaped eye, but I kind of just focused it pretty much everywhere in the crease, and I blended it out as best as I could. Next, I'm going in with the Smokey Obsessions palette, and this is a little bit cooler tone of a brown. I did not want this look to be too warm or too cool toned or too rose gold toned, so that's why I used a mix of all of these palettes. So this one's just a little bit more cool tone, and I'm just going to go over that same color just to add some depth and dimension to the eye. Next, I'm taking this purpley burgundy color from the Mauve Obsessions palette, and I'm taking a denser brush. It's the other side of that fluffy brush I was just using, and I'm putting this on the outer corner of the eye. And I know it looks a little bit harsh right now, but I'm going to go back and blend it out. So I'm mainly putting this on the outer part of the eye because I'm going to cut the crease in just a second, so you don't really need anything too close to the inner corner because you're just going to cover it up. And then I'm using a Morphe tapered blending brush to blend that out in the crease. And I don't really know the number. I could list it in the bottom bar, but I feel like telling you the brush would be more helpful because it doesn't have to be by Morphe. It could be any brand. As long as it's like a blending brush and it's fluffy, but it's also tapered at the same time to really get in that crease and blend out your shadow. Next, I'm going back in with the Warm Brown Obsessions palette, and I'm taking this really warm brown shade. It kind of reminds me of Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek, but a little bit more red toned, and I'm taking that same fluffy tapered brush, and I'm going over the crease with this and a little bit on the outer corner just because I didn't want this to be too burgundy. I wanted it to be kind of warm and burgundy as well. And then I'm going to do a cut crease, like a kind of like a half cut crease with this. So what I do is I put some concealer on my lid, and then I look up to see where the concealer hits, and that is where I stop the cut crease. This trick works really well with small eyes, and it mainly just makes sure that when you have your eyes open, you can still see the eyeshadow as well as when your eyes are closed. So that is the best tip that I can give you for a cut crease, and you can bring this up as high as you want, you can bring it as low as you want, but this is just kind of a happy medium for me, and I feel like this has really helped me learn how to do a cut crease, so if you're wanting to learn, this is the trick to use. So you really just want to take your time with this and keep carving out your crease. And I only went halfway through, or a little bit more than halfway, so you can go all the way if you want. That might help you if you are learning how to do a cut crease. And then you always want to make sure that you set your eyelid. So I'm using that middle white shade in the Warm Brown Obsessions palette and just setting that eyelid. Otherwise your concealer will crease. And also don't be afraid to cover up all the work that you did, because you can always go back in, like I'm doing right now, to reinforce some of the color and kind of blend out any lines and stuff like that. You can always go back and add more. It's just harder to take away. And then this is the first time I'm using this glitter shade, and this is in the Smokey Obsessions palette. It's a silver glitter, and this is just the eyeshadow. No Fix Plus, no glitter glue, no nothing. So this is just the eyeshadow, and it is actually really pretty, and it has some really good color payoff. So I'm just putting this right over where I put that concealer, and I'm blending it out. And I didn't want it to be too silvery, so I'm going in with this color, it's a Color Pop eyeshadow, and I forget the name, so I will have that in the description box, but I'm just going in with my finger because that's what works the best for these, and I'm just patting that over that silver shade because I kind of wanted it to be a little bit silvery, a little bit gold. I just wanted some dimension in there, so that is what I'm doing. You don't have to put a glitter on top, but I just thought that this looked really pretty with the look. And then I'm taking a mix of all of those shades that I put in the crease, like all those browns, and I'm putting that on my lower lash line, mainly that burgundy color because I kind of wanted a pop of like a mauve. Moving on to the face, I'm using this Urban Decay Sun-Kissed bronzer, and it's more of like an orangey tone, which I'm not used to, but I've been loving this because I feel like it gives me some color since I'm so pale. So I'm taking a Morphe contour brush, and I am more bronzing with this, but just using a smaller brush for that, just so I don't go overboard with the bronzer. And if you want to see if you want to go watch my contour and highlight video, I go more in depth of what I'm doing to my face. So I'm just gonna leave that out. So if you want to see that video, it will be in the description box. And then I'm going in with the NARS Orgasm Blush. This color is so perfect for this look. Like, I just could not even get over how perfect it was. I just think this blush goes good with all skin tones. If I'm going to do makeup on somebody, I will probably use this blush. Then I'm using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder. This is in the color Diffused Light, I think. No, I can't remember. I'll have that in the description box as well. But I'm just going to go over some of the high points of my face just to kind of diffuse out some of the blush and stuff. And then I'm going to highlight with Becca Opal. This is no surprise. This is like an iconic highlighter. So I'm kind of just highlighting the high points of my face, and then I'm going to use the MAC lip pencil in the color Electrica, and I'm just going to line my lips. This is like a My Lip Color But Better shade. And then I'm going to use a Buxom lip gloss in the shade Sandy. I love these Buxom lip glosses. And yeah, and then I'm just going to set my face with the Morphe setting spray, the continuous setting spray, and I just have to say, this setting spray is a game changer. Like, it just melts your makeup into your skin in a really good way. That sounds like it's not good, but it's a really good way. And it kind of diffuses out any forehead lines, like smile lines, anything like that, and it makes your makeup last a really long time, as well as being dewy, not so matte. So I love that.